guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I got this look. It's a simple smoky eye, but I did a half cut crease and added a pop of color. This look was actually pretty simple to create, and I only used one eye palette for my eyeshadow, and that is the Warrior palette by Juvia'S. This is the Warrior 2, and it comes with a bunch of neutral shades, but I really just wanted to play with the orange today. So let's go ahead and get right on into the video. I hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing that we're going to jump into today is primer. I'm going to be using the Kiss Matte Pure Vitamin C Primer and just putting that all over my face. So moving on to the eyes, I'm going to be starting out by giving myself a nice base. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer to give myself that, and this one's in the shade Medium Beige. So next, to add some color to my eyes, I'm going to be using the Warrior palette by Juvia'S. I'm going in with this color Yodit. It's a nice brown color to start deepening my crease. Even though I am blending this out, I'm trying to keep it darker on my crease. Just to darken it a little bit more, I'm going to be going in with this darker brown and focusing it only on my crease and not really blending it upwards. I'm also bringing that darker shade in towards the center of my eyelid. I don't want to go in too much because I am going to be doing a half cut crease, so it's okay to stop it just about right there. So I am now going in with the e.l.f. concealer again to give myself a half cut crease. My technique for doing this is that I find it so much easier to stamp the brush instead of gliding it onto your eye. So going in with a blending brush and this shade Kufuru, I'm going to blend the edges of my crease out. Really just trying to give myself a nice blend and get rid of that line where the concealer ended. It's already much better. And now finishing up with that shade Walzana at the end to really deepen the end. I'm really just focusing it on my lid. I'm not bringing it up. It kind of gives me a nice smoky look. And now just to blend up a little bit more, I'm going to go in with that original shade Yodit and start blending the edges out. So for on top of where I cut the crease, I want to put this orangey shade Zama to give myself a nice pop of color, but nothing too extreme. I'm just going to take a flat brush and go into the shade Zama. I'm really trying to stay in the lines of where I cut the crease though. This is just giving the smoky eye a nice sort of pop of color. Going in with this blending brush again to go in with that middle shade and blending the orange and the browns together. So next I'm going to be using a black eyeliner to give myself a nice line. I don't think I'm going to wing it out. I think this look will be fine without a wing. For mascara today, I'm going to be using the Buxom mascara. This one is in the shade Blackest Black. So now that the lashes are on, it's time to move on to my face. So we have moisturizer on, we have primer on already, so we can go straight into foundation. I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation in the shade Sandstone. So I've put it all on with a foundation brush, and now I'm going to blend out with a Real Techniques sponge. Next for concealer, I'm going to be using the Kokie Be Bright Illuminating Concealer. This one is also in the shade Medium Beige. For concealer, I'm applying under my eyes. Also applying it on my chin, between my eyebrows, and on my nose. Putting on some Vaseline because my lips do not look great right now. Much better. Got little gray hairs now. So to set my base, I'm going to be using the NYX Mineral Set It and Don't Fret It Matte Finishing Powder. This one's in the shade light to medium. So to set, I'm just going to take the powder in there and dab my sponge in there and go ahead and dab that onto my face. So my face is nice and set. It is a little bit white now though, so I'm going to go ahead and go in with my contour and bronzing. Both of those products today are going to be from Wet n Wild. I'm using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette and also the Wet n Wild Bronzer. This one's in the shade What Shady Beaches and the kit is in the shade Caramel Toffee. So I'm going in with contour first and I'm focusing that onto the hollows of my cheekbones. I'm also putting it onto my forehead. I'm also going to be applying a little bit to my nose. So moving on to my bronzer, I'm a little bit less careful with it. I really just apply it everywhere. So for blush today, I'm going to be trying something out, a little bit different. I'm going back into the palette that I used for my eyes today, and I'm going to be using one of the orangey shades as my blush. I don't want to add a pink blush because my eyes are orange, and even though those colors would look nice together, I kind of want to tie the whole look together. I think I'm going to go in with a combination of the shade that I used on my eyes, which is Zama and Dara. It is more of a color that I could get away with as blush, so I'm going to be adding more of this but a hint of that. So now for underneath my eyes, I think I'm going to continue with that sort of smokiness. I'm going to go in with an eyeliner. This one is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. So I'm just applying that to my waterline now. And then I'm going to continue the darkness by applying some of that shade Walzana again. And I'm going to smoke it out underneath my eyes. So for my last step for the eyes, I'm going to use that same mascara that I did for my upper lashes earlier and just applying that to my bottom lashes. So now I'm going to set my face with the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. I want to keep that matte finish that I had from setting my face, but while that's still wet, I'm going to go in with highlighter. Today I'm using the Sephora Luminizing Palette. I'm going to use this shade of highlighter right here and applying that to my cheekbones, to my nose, my chin, and my forehead. I'm also going to put that highlight in my inner corner. So on to the last couple of steps, we're moving on to the lips. For lip liner today, I'm going to be using this Pout on Point Beauty. This one's in the shade Risque Rose. And for the rest, I'm going to be using this Vivid Hot Lacquer by Maybelline. This one is in the shade Charmer. And we're done. So this is the finished look for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in next week's video. Bye!